Okay, I hope that wasn't too confusing. So instead of doing this activity, we're going to do another one since we can't talk with our classmates. So if you look at your workbook on page 125, workbook page 125, or you can just look at my computer screen or your computer screen, but this is from our workbook. And unfortunately, this program doesn't have the workbook. It only has the student's book. So I just took a picture of the workbook. That's why it's not completely straight. But anyway, I hope you can see it pretty easily. So let's take a look at this exercise. How do these sentences use the present perfect tense? Okay, mark them A, B, or C as follows. So A is events that begin in the past and continue until now. B is events that happened once in the past, but the time is unclear. So time unclear. And then C, events that have been repeated in the past. So if you look at the student's book, it's basically these categories here, same categories. Okay? So let's take a look at number 1. She's been to the Louvre Museum in Paris and has seen the Mona Lisa. Okay, so it just says she's been there, but and has seen the Mona Lisa, but it doesn't say when. It didn't say. It doesn't include a time, so the time is unclear. So the answer is B. Okay, so go ahead and do numbers 2 through 8, and you can pause the video and continue when you're finished. Okay, so number 2. I've already visited Alcatraz. I don't want to go again. So it doesn't include the time, and it's just once. Okay, so this is also B. This is an event that happened once in the past, but the time is unclear. Okay, and then number 3. The Bradleys have been in Hawaii for 2 weeks. They'll be back tomorrow. Okay, so for this one, they are in Hawaii, and they went to Hawaii 2 weeks ago, and they are still in Hawaii. They'll be back tomorrow. So this one is A, events that begin in the past and continue until now. Number 4, we're at the county fair. We've been on the Ferris wheel, and we've seen the fireworks. Okay, so for this one, they have, this one can be a little confusing because it says we are at the county fair. That means they went there in the past and they are still there. But if you look at the next sentence, it says we've been on the Ferris wheel and we've seen the fireworks. So that means that they went on the Ferris wheel once already and they saw the fireworks once already. So these events happened in the past, but the time is unclear. It was sometime today, or if it's a 2-day fair, then maybe it happened yesterday. But anyway, this one is letter B. Okay, letter B. And then number 5, I've read The Lord of the Rings 4 times. I'll probably read it again someday. So this is a big hint, 4 times. So for this one, the answer is C, events that have been repeated in the past. Okay, C. And then number 6, we've been standing in line to buy tickets to Sea Adventure for an hour now. Okay, so for this one, they started standing in line in the past, and they are still standing there. So this one is A. Okay, and then number 7. Jim said that he and his wife have eaten several meals at that restaurant, and they've all been good. So eaten several meals, this is a hint. So events that have been repeated in the past, letter C. And then finally, number 8. I know I've stayed at this hotel before, but I can't remember when. Okay, so this one is an event that happened before in the past, but the time is not specified. So the answer is B. Okay. Now let's take a look at exercise 3. Circle the best answer to complete the conversation. Okay, so I'll give you some time to do this activity, so you can pause the video and continue when you're finished. Okay, so let's look at number 1. I've been to New York 3 times. Okay, and the appropriate response is, do you think you'll go again someday? Okay, and you can see that letter B is incorrect because this person is not still in New York. Okay, in the past, this person has been 3 times, but letter B is for this one, for events that begin in the past and continue until now. Okay, and then number 2, we've been in Peru for 2 weeks, but we haven't gone to Cusco. Okay, so the answer is B. Will you go to Cusco before you leave? Okay. So you don't need to ask, are you still in Peru? Because it already says we've been in Peru for 2 weeks. Okay, so the answer is B. Number 3, I've visited Loch Ness in Scotland, but I didn't see the monster. Okay. So the best response is, when did you go there? Okay. Because this person is not still in Scotland, so B is incorrect. Okay. When did you go there? Number 4, we're in Tokyo now. And the answer is, how long have you been there? How long have you been there? Okay, because they are still there. All right, letter B. Number 5, we haven't been to Nova Scotia yet. Okay, and the answer is letter B. Do you want to go? Okay, and then number 6, I've visited the museum more than once, but I haven't seen everything. The answer is, how many times have you been there? Okay, how many times have you been there? Okay, so now we are going to look at the next page in our student's book. This is the review, so we are in the last stretch. Okay, so this is a review of units 9 and 10. So let's look at page 134. Okay, exercise 1 is a listening activity. So let's listen and complete the chart, and also take other notes as best as you can. Okay, so let me zoom in and play the audio.
Review, Units 9 and 10. Page 134. Exercise 1.
This is a KPST radio special report.
Park police have found a Denver man who was missing overnight in Rocky River National Park. Brad Spencer disappeared sometime on Sunday after camping Saturday night at Timber Creek. His wife, Paula Spencer, became worried when he didn't return to their campsite Sunday evening. Mrs. Spencer told KPST News,
"When I talked to Brad early Sunday, he was planning a short hike. It was a beautiful day, and he was wearing only a t-shirt and shorts. I got really worried when he wasn't back by 8 o'clock in the evening. It was getting cold and dark. That's when I decided to call the park police."
Paula's husband, Brad, got lost while he was bird watching. Fortunately, he was carrying matches, and he was able to start a fire to keep warm. When park rangers found him around 6 o'clock Monday morning, he was sleeping next to the fire over a mile from the closest trail. A happy and hungry Mr. Spencer told KPST,
"I learned a good lesson. If I ever go hiking here again, I'm going to carry food and stay on the trails."
This is Roberta Chang with KPST Radio.
Okay, so let's listen to that one more time.
Review, Units 9 and 10. Page 134. Exercise 1.
This is a KPST radio special report.
Park police have found a Denver man who was missing overnight in Rocky River National Park. Brad Spencer disappeared sometime on Sunday after camping Saturday night at Timber Creek. His wife, Paula Spencer, became worried when he didn't return to their campsite Sunday evening. Mrs. Spencer told KPST News,
When I talked to Brad early Sunday, he was planning a short hike. It was a beautiful day, and he was wearing only a t-shirt and shorts. I got really worried when he wasn't back by 8 o'clock in the evening. It was getting cold and dark. That's when I decided to call the park police.
Paula's husband, Brad, got lost while he was bird watching. Fortunately, he was carrying matches, and he was able to start a fire to keep warm. When park rangers found him around 6 o'clock Monday morning, he was sleeping next to the fire over a mile from the closest trail. A happy and hungry Mr. Spencer told KPST,
I learned a good lesson. If I ever go hiking here again, I'm going to carry food and stay on the trails.
This is Roberta Chang with KPST Radio.
Okay, so let me ask a few questions. All right. Okay, so who is talking in this listening activity? Who is talking? So you might have noticed that there were several people talking because this is a report for a radio station. So you could say, Brad and Paula Spencer are talking with reporters. Okay, you could hear two voices actually. You could hear a male reporter and a female reporter. So let me ask another question. What happened? What happened? Okay, so you could say Brad Spencer got lost. Brad Spencer got lost. And you might have made a longer sentence using while, so that's great. And if not, let me ask a follow-up question. What was he doing when he got lost? What was he doing? Okay, so he was bird watching. He was bird watching. So if you make a long sentence using while, how can you make the sentence? Okay, make a sentence. Go ahead. So you can say Brad Spencer got lost while he was bird watching. Brad Spencer got lost while he was bird watching. Okay, and how far away was he from the closest trail? How far away was he from the closest trail? Okay, he was over a mile away. He was over a mile away from the closest trail. Okay, so now let's take a look at the chart. Okay, number one, Brad Spencer was missing for 2 nights, and this is not true. The answer is no. So I want you to fix it, change it to make it true. So we can change 2 to 1. Okay, Brad Spencer was missing for 1 night. 1 night. Okay, because they used the word overnight, which just means 1 night. Okay, and then number 2, he disappeared Sunday. Okay, and this is yes. And then number 3, he was camping with his friends. This is no. Okay, we can change it and say he was camping with his wife. Okay, he was camping with his wife. And then number 4, he was wearing only a t-shirt and shorts. And this is yes. Okay, this is true. Number 5, when the park police found him, he was playing his guitar. Okay, this is not true. No. So we can say when the park police found him, he was sleeping next to the fire. He was sleeping next to the fire. And then number 6, if Brad returns to the park, he's going to stay on the trails. And this is true. The answer is yes. Okay, and let me ask a follow-up question to number 5. When the park police found him, he was sleeping next to the fire. So let me ask, or how about this? You make a question, and the answer is 6 o'clock Monday morning. At 6 o'clock Monday morning. Okay, make a question. Okay, so we can say, when did park rangers find him? When did park rangers find him? Or you could also say, when did park police find him? When did the park police find him? Okay, so now we are going to look at our grammar review. So complete the story and circle the correct word or phrases. And after you've finished, make questions for the sentences, for the answers. Okay? So you can pause the video and continue when you're finished. Okay, let's look at this together. A problem in Chicago. Tina Foster is visiting Chicago for the first time. While she was taking a walk in Lincoln Park early this morning, she lost her wallet with all her cash, identification, and credit cards. When she got back to her hotel, she realized that her wallet was missing. She is going to search the park. If she doesn't find her wallet, she will call the credit card companies. After she cancels her credit cards, she will go to the nearest police station and file a report. Okay, so you can see some of the things that we reviewed and learned in previous lessons, such as if clauses and after clauses. So remember, those need to be in present tense. After she cancels, if she doesn't find. Okay, and then the main clause has the future tense. She will call and she will go to the nearest police station. So these are future conditionals. Okay, and then let's look at the questions. Okay, so the answer is, Tina Foster is visiting Chicago for the first time. So we can ask, who is visiting Chicago for the first time? Who is visiting Chicago for the first time? Okay, this is a subject question, so we do not need a helping verb. Okay, number 2, Tina was taking a walk when she lost her wallet. So we can ask, what was Tina doing when she lost her wallet? What was Tina doing when she lost her wallet? Okay, and the answer is, she was taking a walk when she lost her wallet. Number 3, the answer is, she will file a police report at the nearest police station. So the question is, where will she file a police report? Where will she file a police report? And the short answer is, at the nearest police station. Okay, so we are now going to go to the next page, which is a pronunciation activity, pronunciation practice. Okay, so let me go back to the one-page format, and we're going to practice unstressed vowels. Okay, so listen to the unstressed vowels, the vowel sounds in these words. They are written in green, as you can see. Many unstressed vowels sound like Okay, so that's what kind of makes it confusing, because the vowels can be all different kinds of vowels: U, A, O, E, but when they are unstressed, they often sound like okay, and if you look in a dictionary, the sound is shown as an upside down E. Okay, so let me show you that real quick, actually. Okay, so for example, the word about. Okay, this has 2 syllables, about, and bout is the stronger syllable. This is the emphasized syllable, and is unstressed. And as you can see, this is the pronunciation key. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Nope, I cannot zoom in. That's okay. So as you can see, it's an upside down E, which is called a schwa. And the schwa is pronounced like Okay, so about. we do not say about or about. We just say about. Okay? And same thing with this upset. Okay? Except the pronunciation is stressed in the second syllable. If you look at the line here, that is the stressed syllable. Upset, about. Okay? Family. So in this case, family is the first syllable, has the first syllable stressed. Okay? And the unstressed vowels just sound like So upset, about, family, extra. We do not say extra or extra. We just say extra. Okay? Travel. We don't say travel. It just sounds like travel, like travel. Police. So we don't say police. We say police. Okay? Vacation. Vacation. Okay, and in this case, O also just sounds like vacation. Okay? Dangerous. Okay? We don't say dangerous. We say danger. Dangerous. So, as you can see, they all sound like And then Samantha. We do not say Samantha. We just say Samantha. Samantha. And then number 10, photographs. 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 So as you can see, it just sounds like Okay, so I'm going to play this listening activity and underline the unstressed vowels that sound like in these words, okay?
Page 135, exercise 3B. 1,
Samantha is upset.
2,
Where's the travel agent?
3,
The prison is dangerous.
4,
It's about 7 o'clock.
5,
Did you take photographs?
6,
Call the police.
7,
She'll think about visiting her family.
8.
I need a vacation.
Okay, so if you look at number 1, Samantha, same thing here, Samantha is upset, and you can also see the for upset. Okay, where's the travel agent? So in this case, you can underline the E here, the. We don't say the or the. Actually, you can say the, but we often just say, where's the travel agent? So the. Travel, so here too, and then agent. In this case, we do not underline A because we say agent. We don't say agent. So A is emphasized. That means the E in gent is the unstressed vowel. Agent, gent. Okay? So the prison, prison is dangerous. You can see dangerous here. And then it's about, so about, 7, like, 7. So, even though there are 2 E's here, this syllable is stressed. So, this E sounds like seven. So, we do not say 7, we say 7, seven. And then o'clock. So, clock, right? Did you take photographs? So photographs. We don't say photographs. We say photographs. Call the police. So the and then police. She'll think about. So about visiting her family. So family. And then 8. I need a vacation. So you can also see vacation here. All right. I know we are already at 25 minutes, so for exercise C, just practice on your own and make sure you don't stress the green vowels. And let me make a quick comment here. Number 2, Betty is going to Washington next week. Now, even though we say to, like ooh, when we say this word individually, when we put it in a sentence, it often sounds like So, Betty is going to Washington next week. Going to. As you can see, Betty is going to Washington next week. Betty is going to Washington next week. So we don't really say Betty is going to Washington next week when we speak quickly. Okay? Practice, and that's the end of our book. So you are done. Great job. So I will see you next time, and let me think about what we can do before we end the semester. Okay? Bye-bye.